What up, peeps? Welcome to my wacky world, wacky news of the world. So glad you can join me on this next half an hour journey through the world's most wackiest stories or oddest news. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, today we got some crazy news. Actually, I'll start with Jay-Z here. So, as you can tell, I'm into music. So, I'm going to start off with a pretty gigantic story. It's the news about Jay-Z being accused of raping a 13-year-old. What is it, back 20 years, 20 some odd years? So, I just want to give my stance on this. So, there's a guy that did the same crime and is sitting behind bars without being proven guilty yet. And then there's Jay-Z, who's being accused of the same crime and is free and is just going to get a civil lawsuit against him and nothing criminal. So, that one is kind of unfair in a sense. I'm not saying that Diddy is not guilty, but those are pretty that's a pretty heinous crime. So I don't see how if I'm charged with domestic assault, I get thrown in jail that same day. And now he's being charged with something worse than pushing your wife, slapping your wife, or slapping a female, right? So it doesn't make any sense how, they treat one guy one way and then another guy another way. Now, I know Diddy has a ton of other charges, but for me, it just seems like Diddy right now is sitting in jail and nobody is next in line. So you tell me how that is fair at all. Because I believe there's way more than just Diddy involved in his whole. In actuality, it's his son now is next in line. Because his son recently just caught a sexual assault charge with Diddy. Because apparently Diddy did the same thing, or he was on the boat while his son was doing this to the hostess, the bartender, hostess, whoever. But you can see here, courtesy of TMZ here, now another recent discovery in this case, in the whole Diddy case, is a new anonymous, the Jane Doe has been revealed. So one of the Jane Does is Anna Kane, who is the ex-wife of hockey player Evander Kane. So I think this is the actual person here who is alleging that Jay-Z and P. Diddy raped. Jay-Z definitely deserves to be sitting in jail if he's been accused. I don't think he's going to be guilty, but it seems like whenever you have somebody who comes forward and says you raped them or assaulted them, you go straight to jail first. And then you have to prove your innocence almost, or they have to prove beyond reasonable doubt, but you still end up serving jail time, which is crazy. Which he then can turn around and sue that person for falsely incriminating him and doing a ton of other things like assassination of a character, things like that, which I know Jay-Z will definitely do. and also P. Diddy, if he can get out of this, right? But yeah, in that letter to Busby, which is the lawyer for the Jane Does, the accusers, he's basically saying, you know, if I did such a heinous act, then why am I not being charged criminally with it? So he's coming back, you know, throwing punches like he should if he's innocent. But that's just one story that I wanted to talk about there. The next one is Luigi Mangione, fellow Italiano here. So as you guys might have already heard, this story is just taking too many odd details, turns here. Like, you know, if this guy's really scared to be caught, which I'm sure that's why he was on his way to wherever he was. It wasn't like he was on his way back to, well, he actually visited to New York. So he might have been not scared of being caught at all, which it seems like it was because he was caught in a McDonald's. But for the things, yeah, for the things that were caught on him at the time, I guess he wasn't really feeling like he was on the run, which is crazy because all you had to do was tune into any web page, any new website or any website, any TV station, and you would have definitely known that you're wanted, right? So I don't see why he was still held any of the guns. Apparently he had 2 guns or 1 gun, but he was caught with 1 gun. So and ammo. So, you know, he's definitely not thinking right. You know, and then even when he was arrested, there's a video of him being pulled out of the cruiser and being brought into I think it's the Pennsylvania police station there. And he was just screaming out, and he was like a word salad. So he's either been drugged up by the police, or that's the only thing that I could think of, you know, because it looked like he was trying to say something to us, but all that came out was like jumbled up words, and nothing made sense. I think there was like 2 words that kind of went together that made sense, and then after that it was just like all over the place, you know. But for him just to pick out a guy out of a hat, man, because he obviously doesn't have a personal hatred towards this guy, right? And for him to go all that way from where he was, I think he was in Hawaii or something. He went from Hawaii to New York, you know, and then you have to kind of hope that you're going to get that opportunity. So if it doesn't happen, you just spent all that money, all that time, and you have one opportunity, one moment, you know, and if it doesn't follow through, then you wasted all your time and money there. And for somebody like this, who I keep hearing from his friends, they're interviewing his friends and everything, they just keep speaking so highly about him and how intelligent he was and how athletic. He would go to play volleyball with them and play basketball, soccer. So he was doing all these activities, and he was so engaged with so many people and friends. And then in 1 year, he just stopped talking to people. So I don't know. It doesn't seem right. Wow. These are new to me. I'd never seen these images here. Interesting. Looks like his hat changed. He wasn't wearing a hat. Was he wearing a hat? He was wearing a hoodie, sorry. But you're telling me you check a website, you check a TV station, you're on the run, ditch your clothes, you have money, you can't go buy new clothes? Too many things just are not making sense here. Police found a black 3D printed pistol, which they're calling a ghost gun, with a loaded Glock magazine and a black silencer that was also 3D printed in his backpack. I don't know about you, but I don't think you can make a silencer from plastic. Yeah, it's got to be one hell of a 3D printer for you to, it's incredible, man. Something tells me that this guy, it's a bigger story. It's not just him waking up in the morning and wanting to do this. He must have had some type of help, or he was a hired hitman somehow. I'm right now, I'm thinking his wife set up her husband, so she hired him as a hitman, because who else would know that he's going to be there at that second, that minute, that day, other than the wife? Now, as details come out further, I'm sure this guy is going to have his phone records checked, so I'm sure you're going to see his wife's number, or some odd number that's been talking to him, the minute before. He was even caught talking on the phone in a street surveillance camera, talking to somebody minutes before. So that's the tip off phone call right there. So he's talking to somebody on the phone. They're like, yeah, he's gonna be out in another minute or two. Watch for him. He's wearing a blue shirt, whatever it is, and he comes out, and he's already, the gunman has already been tipped off. He's wearing blue. He's coming out in a minute. He didn't. It's just, it all adds up to, somebody knows that person's every footstep. Thompson's every footstep, and then the phone call came in. So this is going to be pretty easy. I don't see how this is, all himself, because it would be quite the hell of research and digging into, there's not enough of that information online to find out, when the person's going to step outside a door on a specific day. So expect new details to come out in this one. His friends are all shocked. One of them almost seemed like he was going to cry in that interview. I doubt, I'm having doubts that, these guys might have even had more than just a friendship. I bet these guys had like a sexual relationship. He might be gay. So I don't know what's going on. There's going to be a lot of interesting details. But that guy that called it in from McDonald's, that did the 1-800-TIPS or whatever he did, he called 911, he has a chance to be rewarded $50,000 plus, I guess, another $10,000 for catching the bad guy. So we shall see what happens to Luigi Mangione at 26 years old, sat alone at a table with a laptop and a backpack, and was caught, red-handed at the McDonald's eating a breakfast burrito, or whatever you want to call those things. So that's that. Off to other crazy news. Off to other crazy news in the wonderful world of wackiness. There is this story here, which I thought was pretty insane. It's a guy, he keeps winning a Scrabble tournament. So this is an actual Scrabble World Championship. Nigel Richards, a 57-year-old New Zealand Scrabble phenom, recently won the 2024 Spanish language Scrabble World Championship despite not speaking the language at all. So can you imagine that? You're going up against, 50, 100 people probably? Most of them, if not all of them, are either Spanish, or they're very fluent in Spanish, and they lose to a guy who can't speak the language. It just blows my mind. Now, does he understand it? Does he understand it and not speak it? Because you could probably do one or the other, or you can speak it and you can't. I think it's more you can understand and not speak, but I'm sure there's vice versa too. But most people, when you can speak it, you can understand it. When you understand it, you can speak it. You can do both. But this person here apparently claims he can't do any of it. And he's also won the French Scrabble tournament or championship, despite not being able to speak French. You don't believe me? Check it out. Check it out for your eyes yourself. Type it in, search it up. This is not a false story. I just don't see how that is possible, but stranger things have happened in this world. There's even stories of people waking up and strangely being able to speak a different language. So there's been some really strange things happening in the course of the world's history. Of course, I got some other crazy news. What would it be if it was just one story? Alright. Let me get this one. This one here. This one here is a pretty good one too. It's a story of 4 men trying to claim, I guess, car insurance, damaged car insurance, claiming a bear attacked their car, their Mercedes car. So this one you can look up as well. So this happened in Cali about what? I think it said well, it definitely happened this year, so here it is. On this site it was reported November 15th. So let me pull it up for you right now. There it is. Operation Bear Claw. 4 people arrested for using bear suit to fake bear attacks on their vehicles and claim insurance. Can you imagine being caught? That's a serious fraud offense. That'd be fraud over 5,000. The claim had been entered for their 2010 Rolls-Royce, parked in Lake Arrowhead, and caused extensive interior damage. The area is located in San Bernardino, California, a region famous for its large black bear population. But the video footage supplied to their insurer by the suspects themselves was more than a little shady. It showed a furry animal entering the back seat of a Rolls-Royce and scratching it, but something didn't add up. For one, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife says that the only bears in the state are black bears, and this was a light brown disguise, but its movements weren't very bear-like either. So they said they found that, see that claw there? They said they found that claw in the person's residence. So, and I think they brought in a wildlife expert, and that person instantly said, "There's no way this is a bear, you know, just by the claw marks." Or so, 4 men are behind bars as of today, or maybe out on bail, but probably not. Because I'm sure when you get charged with fraud over 5,000 or over 10,000, it's probably a hefty bail or bond. But these guys are probably rich if they're sitting in Rolls Royces, so maybe they are out. Let's see if I could get another story in here. Yeah, here's another one. So China has a lot of mountainous terrain, and they have some quite amazing structures built on mountains, like observation decks and stuff like that. But this bridge here, check out this bridge. It's 565 meters above the valley or the river down below. Check out that picture, man. It keeps going down. It's way down there. But I think it broke a world record or something. Or it's the tallest. The world's tallest bridge. The world's highest bridge stands 565 meters above a steep river valley. That's 1,854 feet above the ground. Also known as the Duge Bridge or Duge. China's impossible engineering feat. Remember, China built the Great Wall of China, you know, and that was back in what, the 1800s, 1700s, 1500s? So they've always been known to do some crazy, you know, architecture. It was completed in 2016. The world's highest bridge connected the provinces of Jiuzhou and Yunnan, opening up an entire area that had previously been inaccessible to cars and trucks. Yeah, these little valley villages, they live like so secluded on these little mountaintops, and they're still using like horse and carriage to get down to like the mainland and stuff. Not only is it, you know, how much money did that bridge cost? You know, I know all bridges cost a lot of money, but you know, you probably had to use a lot of cranes, and I don't know. I know a lot of effort definitely got put into that. But I'm gonna take a quick smoking break. And then I'm gonna come back and do another 2 or 3 stories for you. You know, these are stories that, you know, if I turned on my TV, they're not going to be talking about China too much and their bridges. So, you know, I thought I should bring up stuff that not too many people get to hear about, right? So let me know, what do you guys think? Is a crazy story that I'm missing out on? I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, or tell me what you guys have heard, you know, what you learned today. Let me pull up the next story here. What is the next story? You guys are all asking. All right, I got it. Next story is the world's thinnest mechanical wristwatch. It's Russian. It's sleek. It's sexy. And it's 1.65 millimeters thick. I don't know how the hell you do this. They've been building watches since the 1600s. Alright? So you tell me why in the year 2024 we're finally able to build something that thin. Thin King prototype. A masterpiece. Absolutely. get on with the show here. Let's get on with the show. So you tell me this company is not like genius, like absolute genius. Like that's one hell of a feat, man. For a company to say they can build that type of watch, like you're telling me all the other watch companies, you know, they're not all jealous right now? Come on. They've all been trying to do something new with a watch for the last, what? 200 years? 250 years? More? I'm going to see if I could pull up the other side of it. Thin King. Thin King. Then I got just another one story for you. One other story for you. Like this thing must be still not patented, or it's patented but it hasn't been released at all. There's no mention of it anywhere on the net right now. I'm just doing like a random search. Let's see if I can pull something up here. So it did happen in September 2024. I think it is released. So you can buy this watch today. I wish I could get the price on it. It keeps showing that one side. It doesn't show the other side of it. Is that the way it's supposed to be? Oh my god. I think that's the way it's supposed to be. So that's all you're gonna get on this watch is this side. Oh, there's the other side. Okay, I'm gonna pull this one up for you guys here. If you want to see more about this watch looks very intricate. Both sides. But the side that you see in the picture, that's the one that's actually pulling it up right now. Look, that's the back side, I guess. That would be the back side if you ask me. So then it shows this, which looks like that. Now that looks like the front side. So this company designs like wild space watches. That looks like the back again. But why would they even put that on the back? Look at this picture. This picture is showing what? Both sides? No, this is showing the back. It keeps showing the back because I guess... But they say it came out, so why wouldn't you show the front? I know a few celebrities have been seen with them, but having worn watches in the 5mm range, I can say that they are unnervingly delicate to the degree that I'm deeply uncomfortable. So he feels like he's gonna break it. You could break it like a biscuit, you know? That's the way I would feel too. The leather is stronger than the you could snap the metal probably easier. There's all the pieces, it looks like. So if that's all the pieces, then that would be the front that we were all looking at, you know. That. There's no way that's the back. There'd be a cap on that, right? You think they left it like that? I think that is the back side of it. So that's what you would see on the back. Definitely, he puts it. That's, you know. I'm thinking that's the back. I think, or maybe there might be one more cap. It looks like that's the cap. They don't really say how much it weighs either. So they're only proud of how thin it is, but it's probably one of the lightest watches too. So they hit 2 records with 1 stone. See, this one shows quite a bit of images, and it shows the guy with the on his wrist, you know, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's the upside, the face, right? So, but that one there definitely looks like it's not the inside or not the outside. It's funny how it resembles a face. 2 eyes, you got the nose, and you got the mouth. Definitely a weird look. But on to my last story involves something you guys probably all heard about already, or you know about, the movie Wicked. But something terribly wrong happened. And I don't know how the hell this happens, because you have a copyright checker, you know, when you're that big of a company, you know, releasing stuff like that, right? So when you have a copyright team, then, you know, you have teams of people. So you always have a double copy, a person who double checks everything, the copy, right? So they screwed up large with a toy from the movie Wicked. Mattel is scrambling after releasing its new line of Wicked dolls. So they released, I guess, the whole crew, the whole acting crew there of the whole characters of Wicked, and they had to take back, I guess it was only a couple of them, couple characters. But if you find the boxes that have the wrong website address, it leads to a porn website. So, United Press International reported, "We deeply regret this unfortunate error," the company said in a statement. It was unclear how many dolls carried the misprint, but the company said that they were mostly sold in the United States. Mattel hopefully advises people who have purchased the products with the misprint to dispose of the boxes. So this is only on this site here, right? But yeah, I'll pull it up. You can go look it up yourself. It's obviously everywhere if it's an American news story. Right there. And it happened November 11th. And this is the company that reported it. So United Press International. So that's a news agency, because these guys all report which news agency said it first or reported it, right? So this one was New York Times. This one was UPI. So United Press International. And Mattel is now catching a $5 million lawsuit from obviously one family, or multiple ones, you know, in a group suing. What's it called there? But that's sad, you know, for a lot of people there. I don't know how the hell you get that wrong, but somebody's definitely losing their job. Like, the one thing that person's only supposed to do is check copy. If anything doesn't work or looks stupid, you know, you check it, you take care of it. They missed the most important thing. The website goes straight to a porn website. It was supposed to go to wickedmovie.com. I read that in the actual report. So whatever the misprint, you know, I tried wicked, WICKD, with no E. You know, I don't know what the hell it's spelled, but it went. They all admit it went to a porn website. So, and then it even went as deep as saying it was, yes, full hardcore, full nudity. You know, that type of porn, not, you know, just the porn that you see breasts or I don't know any other ones. But that's my wrap for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like and subscribe button. Catch you on the next one.